Oh, what's up?
Guys, welcome man. My channel is Baspler Art, and basically what I'm gonna do is take the film Iron Man and basically do a bad storytelling. Like, I'm gonna go through the whole film and tell the story badly. That's it. So hopefully we enjoy it, man. It's the first video, hopefully the first of many, but we'll see. We'll see how it
Once
goes.
upon a time, there was a man, nay, a legend, named Anthony Stark, aka Tony. To be fair, like, no one ever calls him Anthony Stark, but like, that is his name in it. But like, Tony Stark was a billionaire. Was he still? I'm getting too far ahead. Okay, he's a billionaire. Alright, so cool. Tony Stark is a billionaire, philanthropist. Anywho, he's basically head of Stark Industries, and they make like mad weapons for the US military. He's also a genius. I forgot to throw that in there, so like that's kind of important still. So he's out on the battlefield flexing his new weapons, as you do, and then he's ambushed. There's a massive explosion, and then he's taken away and kidnapped by these dudes called the Ten Rings. Yeah, I also realized that like taken away and kidnapped is like kind of the same thing, but to be fair, like maybe taking them away, like they could be getting food or something, but they definitely weren't doing that. Like, now these guys are just mad, and they're basically like, yo, we've seen your weapons, we got some tools, we want you to build some weapons for us. Yeah, so Tony's like, fuck, I gotta build these weapons for these guys. But also, during the explosion, he got like shrapnel that went into his body, and it's like chasing his heart for some reason. I don't know, is that how it works? So basically, he was on a car battery to save his life, but then he develops an arc reactor, which is like this endless supply of like energy. And by develop, I mean he invents, because obviously it's an arc reactor isn't a real thing. Like, I checked, so what is it? Fuck, I need to check again, but he invents it. So after he makes the arc reactor, he's like, do you know what, screw these guys. Then he quickly gets to work building the first Iron Man suit. Alright, so man builds the suit, gears up, suits up, and then bam, shoots fire, yoga fire. Anywho, he shoots them, escapes. I think he crashes first. He definitely crashes, but then he escapes. So now Tony's back to the US now, and he's like, do you know what? I've seen what these weapons can do. I've seen the damage, and I don't want to be about this anymore. And then he's got his like right-hand guy called Obadiah Stane, which is a wild name, like, but he's just like, yo, listen, don't be so hasty in it. Like, you've been out there, I understand it was mad, but we're a weapons company. So Tony's like, nah, I hear you, but I've seen what these weapons can do, so I can't. So basically, he goes home, and obviously he gets straight to work, working on the next dangerous weapon, which is like the Mark II. So he's tinkering, he's messing around with it, trying to figure out what works. And then, a bit of trial and error, and he finishes the Mark II. I guess technically he doesn't finish the Mark II, because like it gets to like a paint job like afterwards, but kind of finishes it, I guess. Yeah, he also builds a new arc reactor, because the arc reactor he made in a cave, so it wasn't ideal. Okay, so the Mark II's ready to go, and fortunately for him, his boy Rhodey, his boy Rhodey is like a military major. Pretty sure he's a pilot, so So his boy Brody is more than qualified to fly the suit. So obviously he doesn't call him. He just thinks, right, I'm gonna fly this myself. So he's flying around, going around the town. Then he flies up into space. Does he fly to space? No, he flies towards space, and then he starts to freeze. I think probably the high altitude. So I had another recording here, but when I heard it back, it made me feel a bit unwell, so had to take it out. So I'm gonna just slap this in there, and yeah. Okay, so he's flying into space now, and okay, we already established he's not flying into space. Okay, he's not flying into space, but he's flying towards it, and then he's falling, and then it's like, oh my god, is he gonna die? I mean, he's gonna be fine, but he's falling towards the earth, and then he has last second to figure it out what's he gonna do, and then last second he sorts it out, he's good, and yeah, that's how that went. So now Tony, he figures out that he has a gala type event to go to, but he wasn't invited, so obviously he just goes anyway because at this point this is just what he does. So he's at the event now, and basically he sees his boy Obadiah Stane. And actually, no, wait, hold on. Before he does that, he sees a reporter who gives him some pictures of his weapons out there with the 10 rings. So he's like, whoa, what's going on? So he goes to approach Obadiah Stane. It's like, yo, what's going on? And he basically confesses. Obadiah Stane is like, yo, listen, the game is the game. I'm trying to secure the bag right now. This is saying, you want to shut down the weapons, but we're we gotta make money, and it is what it is. So then Tony's furious. He goes home, and then he sees a news report about all the madness that the 10 rings are doing, and he's just like, nah, I can't let this happen. These men are doing the most, and they're doing my weapons. Nah, you lot are doing too much. So then he suits up. Now this time, he's got the finalized suit, the red and gold, iconic, and he's ready to do a madness. And by do a madness, I mean save some people and get his weapons and stuff. So he swoops in now, does the superhero landing. Deadpool would be mad proud. Does the superhero landing, then he's shooting lasers, shooting rockets, shooting. People are flying everywhere, and it's just Tony is just doing his thing. It's beautiful. And so he destroys his weapons now, and he makes sure all the civilians are safe. And then prior to that, definitely after that. This is bad storytelling, okay? This is how we do this over here. But basically, he gets into a situation because there's two US fighter jets are trying to figure out what he is, because he's Iron Man. By this point they don't know. So there's a whole thing where he destroys one of the planes by accident, and then he saves the guy. It's a good scene. I mean, I should have illustrated it, but bruh, we'd be here all day. I'm just saying, China, I'm just saying. Also, so basically, after that went on, Obadiah Stane, basically, he goes to the 10 rings, and turns out that they found Tony's original suit, the one that he used to escape, because he did crash and the remains were left behind. So he basically gets that from the 10 rings. Can't remember if he steals it. I feel like he does steal it. Yeah, he does. He basically double stabs him. That is definitely not how you say that. Double stabs, backstab, double stab. Why am I saying double stab? I feel like
he basically he steals it. Okay, like this is just what we're saying right now. Okay, like he steals it. Double cross. That's what it is. I actually had to check. He double crosses them. Oh my god, I feel so dumb. But he double crosses them, and yeah, that's what happened. So now that he has a suit, basically he needs an arc reactor to power it, and he's at Stark Industries. Obadiah Stane, by the way, and he's at Stark Industries now, and he's talking to this, probably like the head scientist guy or head engineer, because they've got a really big arc reactor, but it's, you know, he needs it small enough to fit into the suit. So he's like, yo, I need you to build this but make it smaller. And the guy's like, yo, like, we don't have the technology to build it smaller, to build it smaller. And then he goes,
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
and now while that scene there was hilarious, it's kind of annoying because it's like, bro, like, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? And how about that? Like, this guy's like, oh, just do it. It's like, well, bro, like, I'm telling you, it can't be done. Like, I'm not Tony in it. Tony is just built different. Like, I'm saying. But yeah, like, sorry, it's annoying. Like, so Obadiah is like, do you know what? It's fine. Like, it's cool. You can't do it. Whatever. So then he pays Tony a visit, and he's basically got this like supersonic device like that he uses on Tony, and then Tony's like paralyzed, like fully couldn't move, and he basically takes his arc reactor, like taking his heart out. Like, it was, he didn't actually take his heart out, but like I feel like the symbolism there was kind of like that. Maybe it's a reach, I don't know, but yeah. So he steals his arc reactor and then he puts it into his suit. Okay, so now like Obadiah now, so he has the arc reactor and he puts it in the suit, activates the suit, and then he's just running around like causing havoc. He's doing bad guy stuff, you know. But fortunately, Tony had the original arc reactor that he made in the cave with a box of scraps. He has that arc reactor, so he uses that to chase him down. Like, unfortunately, like, the arc reactor he made in the cave isn't as powerful as the one he remakes when he's building the Mark II. Did I mention that he made an arc reactor again? I feel like I did. I'll go back and check. But yeah, so he basically chases Obadiah, and then they have like the final like showdown. So now they have the final showdown. So Obadiah's out and about. Tony turns up, and it's like, yo, like, what you saying? But then Obadiah is just like beating him up. Like, he's stomping on him, throws a car at him, and that Tony's just getting messed up. So then he's like, all right, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do. I got a plan. So he flies up into space again, which we established wasn't space. So he's flying up now, and then they're flying up, and then Obadiah doesn't realize that his suit is gonna have the icing problem, because now Tony fixed the icing problem. So Obadiah's suit gets like frozen, then he falls back, he falls to Earth. Okay, so he's fallen down to Earth now, and it's like, okay, Pepper Potts. I didn't even mention Pepper Potts. Oh my goodness. To be fair, I feel like, okay, I can't even say she's not important. She's low-key important, but man, how do I save this? Okay, so basically, Pepper Potts is his assistant who becomes his babes, but they're not there yet, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole, like, they'll get there, but basically, she's at the arc reactor, and the big arc reactor, and Tony's like, yo, turn on the arc reactor, but she's like, no, you're gonna die, and he's like, turn it on. So then she turns it on now, and it basically, like, there's the big, like, blue sky beam that Marvel become famous for. Goes up into the sky, like, she overloads the arc reactor, that's it. And then the blue sky beam goes up into the sky, and then it hits Obadiah, and then it also hits Tony, but like Tony's calm because like plot armor and stuff. But like basically Obadiah, like he basically dies, falls into the arc reactor, and that's the end of him. And yeah, man, that's what happens. Final showdown. Like, I mean, obviously, like you know what happens. You've seen the film, but like, yeah. So basically, the aftermath is that Tony's at a press conference, and it's like his boy Rhodey's there again. Like, I'm not gonna illustrate this guy because, like, one, it's low-key long, and two, he changes. Yeah, man, he changes after the next film. You know, spoilers. But yeah. So basically, he's at a press conference, and it's like, yo, Tony, here's what you read out. You know, the world has just seen a madness. You know, we're not saying this is a pre-Avengers world right now. So basically, he's like, read out this card in the press conference, and everything will be calm. It'll be cool. You know. So basically, he does the complete opposite. Like, he's just like, yo, you know, you saw that guy flying around? Yeah, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm Iron Man. You know, and that's how it starts, man. This is it, you know. And yeah, so that's how it ends, basically. And then there's a post-credit scene, and then, I mean, we all know it. Like, Nick Fury comes out. He's like the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., this big secret organization who are trying to put together the Avengers, and he's like, yo, like, you're not the only superhero, like, just relax, okay? But, you know, I'm here to recruit you, man. Like, you know, you're gonna join a bigger team, you know. Pretty sure he said it along those lines. And yeah, man. So that's the film. So yeah, man. Thanks for coming by. Now, on a real, like, if you made it this far, then thank you. Like, recording this was like, it's kind of right. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of appreciate when people do this now, because having to record it's like, bruh, this is serious. Like the drawing part, the illustration part, I could do this, but yeah. So if you made it this far, then I appreciate you, man. Hopefully it wasn't like super long and tedious. Like, I genuinely hope people enjoy this. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. Oh God, what do you say? How do you end these? I guess I'd say, if you did enjoy this, if there's any other stories you want to do, because I don't know if I'm gonna just go in a, like, the linear path that the films went in. I'll see. I might just hop around. But yeah, but let me know if there's any other films you want me to do a bad storytelling of. And if you enjoyed it, you know, like, subscribe. But even that sounds weird to say, God. Just, yeah, listen, thank you, innit? So, yeah.